Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, you folks, I'm Platter video series videos I've been doing for a little while now, where I go over there and try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, and folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that, at the time I'm doing this, folks, I've gone over there, I just got doing some Nicki Minaj potato chips, some ramen noodle cashews, and a brownie. And boy, am I parched. But anyway, we'll get to that in a moment. I am inside the truck. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to drink some stuff. Normally I say eat or drink. I'm definitely drinking some stuff. Maybe. Oh no. Oh no. My setup. It's failing me. Come on. Ha! There we go. Professionalism. But anyway, you don't come here for professionalism, folks. If you do, you're sorely disappointed. But yeah, I'm inside the truck, wearing a work shirt. Typically, when that's the case, when those two things coincide, it's because I got off of work and I found some shit to review. Well, it's not exactly the case today, because in this case, I actually found this a little while back, and I specifically put it out in my truck today, so that I would have it after I was done with work, because I figured I might be thirsty. That tends to be the case, and I figured I might need some extra power after a long night at work. Like the power of a horse. Boom! It's Power Horse. Ha ha ha! It's Power Horse energy drink. It's Power Horse. Come on, man. When I bought this, I found it at an import store. When I went over there and bought this, I was like, man, I'm going to get some horsepower energy drink, because that's what you'd think it would be, but it's not. It's Power Horse. Look at it. It's power and it's a horse and there's a horse. Apparently it's from Manchester City. There's a bunch of squiggly letters that I can't read. I apologize to the culture of said squiggly letters. It's just, not one of my skills to know your particular language. Where are you from? Apparently it's from Austria. Apparently it was made in Austria. I don't know why it has all the squiggly letters then. But what the hell ever, I don't really care. I'm hopeful that this is good, but especially with the coloration, I'm thinking it might just be Red Bull. Though, I'll say this, that would be a nice little way to go over there and rip off Red Bull if that's the case. See, I'd have been more blatant with it if that was the case, though. I would just call it Blue Horse. So let's see how it is, folks, because... Open. I don't even know if this is carbonated. It smells a lot like Red Bull, man. Definitely has that generic energy drink smell. All right. Okay, yes and no. Yes and no. More yes than no. It's definitely generic energy drink flavor. For sure. It is that Red Bull, like that base Red Bull / base Monster flavor. For sure. It's that sort of sweet, citrusy energy drink flavor. It's that. However, I will give them credit. This is definitely some tweaked version of their own recipe of it. Because certain things are a little bit more prominent, certain things are a little bit more subdued. So it's definitely its own thing, even though it's also not at all its own thing. It's like when they go over there and they take a car from one market and they go over there and they bring it to a different market. They rebrand it and go over there and put like a new body on it, but all the internals are essentially the exact same. That's what this is. This is definitely just Red Bull. It's definitely just, Monster. But they've tweaked it enough that they can kind of be like, it's still our own thing. Waka waka. But it's at the end of the day, it's still a Ford Cortina. Is that a car? That seems like a car. I don't know a lot about cars. Most of what I know about cars is either through mitosis, through my friend Dan, who doesn't watch my videos, fuck you, Dan, and through years of watching Top Gear, back when it was May, Hammond, and the big dumb one who keeps getting them all into trouble. Clarkson. Yeah, Clarkson. Who has got them into trouble again recently? Fucking Amazon drop. They just need to beat him to death at this point, man. How much money have they lost out because of that guy? Just because he can't just keep his fucking mouth shut. I mean, say what you want to say, folks, but at the end of the day, there are repercussions for some of this shit. Anyway. Yeah, it's okay. I'll say this. It's better than Red Bull. How much caffeine do you have? Does it say? Well, that's 25 or 250 milliliters. I don't think that's the caffeine content. I genuinely don't know. And I'm not going to look around anymore to figure it out. I like it more than Red Bull. Red Bull sort of has like almost a bitterness. Although I haven't had straight Red Bull in a long time. And I've heard they changed the recipe, but it's just a weird taste to Red Bull I've never been a big fan of. It's probably a little bit closer to Monster. Because what they did was they made it sweeter, which kind of, it knocks out some of the sort of assy taste that like generic energy drinks have sometimes. And they sort of, so instead it's like generic energy drink, then it's kind of sweet, then it sort of becomes the sort of like citrusy kind of, mildly tart taste. And I think they did a better job of sort of blending those things together so it's not as, at least for me, as abrasive as generic energy drink flavor can be. I still don't like it a lot because it's still, at the end of the day, generic energy drink flavor, just a different colored horse. But at the very least, it's better than the other things. It's not bad. Now, though, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? No, and under certain circumstances. No, because at the end of the day, for me, it's generic energy drink. And I love energy drinks. I've done plenty of energy drink reviews, and I just drink energy drinks just on my own. Mind you, and I do want to emphasize this, I don't drink them a lot, actually. That's actually why I have to put this stuff out in my car to remember to review it, because otherwise it just sits in my fridge for a really long time. I've got a couple in there they've been in there a little bit. So, if I'm going to go with an energy drink, there's just so many better energy drinks now. Like, this is an okay energy drink for like 20 years ago. Not in 2023. It's okay, it's not bad, but there's just way better. So I have no reason to revisit it. Now, for other people, if you are somebody who enjoys generic energy drink flavor, sure, give it a go. It's not bad and it might appeal to you. But at the end of the day, it's also not going to be anything special. It's not going to knock you off your horse, as it were. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here, folks. Have yourself a great rest of the day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of months, 2 better rest of your folks. You can go over there and have yourselves a truly power horse rest of your life. Because if you have a horse anyway, you want it to be powerful. You want that thing to be able to till some land, or I guess jump over some things. I have a cousin who has a horse, and she occasionally watches my videos sometimes, so hello to her and all of the family and everything like that, if you happen to watch this video. But I've seen pictures of your horse. It is a very pretty horse. I don't know enough about horses. But anyway, final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But we can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, it's not always the easiest thing to do in the world. All right, I'm over here. I'm having a good old time of it, but at the end of the day, now I'm full of Power Horse and Shirley Temple and nuts and brownies and ships with a fat ass on them. It's a whole thing. I'll be pooping blood later. The key is to eat very little of this at any given point in time, and then to stretch those things out. If you just eat it all in one go, you'll have a very bad time eventually. But anyway, it is important that we go over there when we find ourselves in stressful situations, things that might be frustrating, might prompt us to be a bit asshole-ish. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there and you're going to watch my video of Power Horse Energy, and you're going to wonder to yourself, hey, I wonder what other knockoff Red Bull energy drinks there are out there. There's a lot, by the way. Maybe not as many anymore, but there definitely used to be. I remember, especially when Monster got big, man, like a lot of energy drinks just started popping up out of kind of nowhere. And like half of them were owned by Monster anyway. But maybe you're going to go over there and you're going to be like, okay, all right, well, let's see what other ones there are. And so you go over there and you find one that's named after a shark. You know, maybe you find one that's named after an armadillo. Maybe there's one that's named after an eagle. And minus the shark one, now you're just playing Mega Man X1. Or you got Armored Armadillo and Storm Eagle. That's just a good time, folks. That's just a good time. Or conversely, you could just go over there and play some Mega Man X. I recommend that all the time for everybody.